from what we've discussed so far, and I was not here during that time. I believe there was a presentation by His Holiness Romapad Swami on basically summarizing 12th chapter, but the principles of Bhakti. And do you remember from that what was the main point that was discussed? Like, what's the goal of life? What is Krishna's instruction on to do? What's life meant for? Goal of life?
Serving him. Devotion.
Serving him. Say it full sentence. Say something.
Krishna's instruction is to think of him at all times. Whatever you do, connect it back to him.
What did you say? What to?
Always think of him. Always think of me. If Krishna is saying it. And whatever you do, basically connect it back to him.
Okay. Is that anything you'd like to modify it somehow?
Using our mind and intelligence in absorption of Krishna as the highest goal of Bhakti.
This does not capture?
Well, I was being specific, just mind and intelligence.
Mind and intelligence. Okay.
And then
What
if
else?
that's not possible,
The goal of life. We're not talking what else. We're not talking compromise from there.
Devotional service.
Devotional service. Okay. We'll use that for you as well. Okay. Can someone explain the difference between this and this? Sometimes I just say, what is Bhakti? What's the difference? Generally, when we come from India, this is what we hear. Devotion, devotion.
Devotional service is something giving, connecting with Krishna.
Okay. And what is this?
Service means we indulge in Krishna's activities and to help him stay to this. But devotion is just like chanting mantras and service is like giving back to Krishna.
So one devotion service is doing for Krishna, devotion is for our desires.
Okay. Siddharth, you wanna?
So devotional service means engagement, cultivation. So where you are actively involved in a process. So it's like personal involvement there. Like
Okay.
chanting is a service where tradition. I mean, like in India before I got in touch, devotion is something like where I have something in my mind. Okay, I know Krishna, I have him in my heart. So why do I need to do something about that? So it's a general concept where you don't do anything practical about it. Whereas Bhakti means you recognize he is a person very much in your life.
Just please.
Active engagement.
Our yogi, Ashwita. She's in such deep thought. I'm not used to people or myself being in deep thought. So we like to laugh and be.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I think devotional service is having capable of doing for others or Krishna with that interest in us, and devotion is something to ourselves, like
To Krishna or others. So now you've expanded the.
right.
Okay. Anyone else? Bob?
Yeah, your devotion means you're completely devoted to God, and devotional service means you are devoted to everyone, whoever comes in your life. While you are living on the way, whoever comes, you have to give them the services, whatever possible from you.
And that is bhakti? The way
Uh,
you're defining it, that is your definition
Yeah,
of
that is
bhakti?
one kind of bhakti only. Bhakti, I feel the bhakti is not only for to the God. Bhakti is like means you are giving services to poor people or some needy people or something like that. That also is a one kind of bhakti. Bhakti is not only to whatever we are doing prayer and um, bhajans and kirtan. That is not the only bhakti.
Okay. That is your definition of
Yeah.
bhakti. Okay. Ramya?
Devotional services, I think, and practical implementation of Bhakti.
Oh, okay. Nicely
Right.
said.
I think devotion is more like self-centric. It's only you are traveling the path of spiritual life. Whereas devotion services, you are helping others, and it's like helping everyone to travel the path.
Okay.
Can you say devotional service is a relationship with Krishna, having a relationship with Krishna? So if you were not expecting anything back from him, but doing for the sake of Krishna.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to find
Say it.
what I used.
Oh, you have your hand raised? Sorry. I thought you were-
Bhakti devotional service is an active process which is positively engaging in relationship to Krishna. Devotion, I really don't know. But Anukulena Krishna Anushilam, so anything that is positively engaging in service to Krishna actively.
Well, for the other half, the devotion half, I just see that as, or my understanding is it could be more on the sentimental platform.
Passive.
As it was already stated that, you know, I perceive these feelings, you know, whether or not the foundation, but.
Oh yeah, exclusive is also a factor of Bhakti devotional service.
So first of all, those two are not different. Somehow when we see them on two lines, we have to think of them as different. However, having said that, this is abstract. It's sort of vague. Like Pramod said, some of you said Avello, Siddharth. Oh, by the way, that is Siddharth. We didn't introduce Siddharth. He's coming us for the first time. Sorry. Right. This can be very abstract. This can mean, so I just have to sit in a corner, close my eyes, I'm in deep bhakti. It gives a connotation that bhakti doesn't have to mean something active or engaging. So Srila Prabhupada gave bhakti as devotional service because the two words indicate both the state of consciousness plus active engagement. For example, generally people have this concept, oh, now you're a bhakta? Oh, so you're going to drop everything, leave everything, and either go to the Himalayas or join the temple and basically do nothing with your life. For some time you chant a bhajan or something, and that's because you're a bhakti yogi or something. It's a very wrong connotation. In fact, the bhaktas work a lot more than more people. So it's an active service. So it's an engagement of mind, intelligence, and body. Actually, it is said that in bhakti we have to be able to use our body, mind, words. Okay, so we'll come to it. So with this as the meaning of bhakti or devotional service, it's active engagement, the goal of life is this: always think of Krishna. Now, to be all sorry, I will put it on silent mode. If you can remind me to take it out of silent mode.
Mhm.
To always think of someone, what is the fundamental thing required? On what basis will you think of someone? Who do you think of usually?
Relationship.
Very good. Thank you. Do you actively think of someone you don't have a relationship with? No. So to think of Krishna, you have to have a relationship. Suppose I say always think of the President Obama. Is it possible? Without knowing who Obama is? So for a relationship, what do you need?
No.
How do you develop a relationship with somebody?
Acquaintance.
Acquaintance. How do you develop an acquaintance?
Meet someone.
You meet someone. Okay, so first of all, meeting. So how do you get to meet someone, especially someone as very important? How do you get to meet them?
Figure out a way to approach him.
Figure out a way to approach them.
Where he stays.
Through the near and dear ones.
So you get introduced. You get intro. Okay. Correct? What else? So once you got intro, what do you do? How do you develop a relationship? Come on, guys.
You
Greet.
have pure relationship without any expectation.
You greet the person.
Okay. You greet the person. Meeting, greeting. What else?
Understand.
How do you develop a relationship?
Understanding more about the person.
No more. Okay. No more how?
It's Obama, then read his biography.
Okay. Ask, read, hear about them, talk about them. What else?
Exchange.
Allow him to know you.
Okay. What else?
Respect.
Respect. Okay.
Sister like this.
Sneha, something?
I'm not sure, would trust also be necessary?
Without trust, how can you have a relationship?
As a part of gaining respect, you do things which the person likes. You don't.
Talk more about it.
Do things the person likes, appreciates. And you wouldn't slap that person. You would speak nicely to him every time.
Impressive.
Something to strengthen the relationship.
Whoa. One at a time.
Basically that. You learn what he likes, he or she likes, and then you do more of that.
Impressive.
I thought you would say impress her. Okay. So these are some thoughts. Very good. So yeah, these are ideas of how to develop a relationship. But now we're talking about Krishna here. So we try to impress Krishna. He's sitting in the heart, so he knows. So every little whiff of thought, catches. So there are 6 things that you can do in general to develop a relationship. This is what our acharyas teach. Whatever you said is all there. They put it all together in these 6. First is you give gifts. Okay. So naturally there is a corollary. What is that? you also accept, or you accept gifts. A relationship just doesn't mean I give, I don't take anything. It's just you also accept. Then you offer food, and naturally you receive or accept. I'm so much more convinced I should have been a doctor. But you accept food. Like naturally you meet someone, the first thing you say is, let's have dinner, let's meet something. So this is what happens. There are two more things that are critical to developing a relationship. You reveal your mind to them, and you accept their input.
You could draw the sandwich.
So this is called the devotional sandwich. These two, and this is the main thing. Now, for this to happen, you need to have a relationship. So actually when you think of, now this is true for anyone, but now think of it in a devotional environment. Okay, now we're talking with Krishna. Can we give gifts to Krishna? Ariel? Answer is yes or no? No. Can anyone give a gift to Krishna? What do you think, Ramya?
We can offer gift.
Okay.
Mhm.
But
But we don't know whether he will receive it.
You.
yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
One more try. Yeah, you can always offer a gift. Why you want to say no? Because he already has everything?
Gives like they can offer something, but I don't know how to give it.
What is a gift? What is a gift?
Something the other person wants. Or you want to give, right?
Surprise.
Something which makes the person receiver happy.
Okay.
What he likes.
This is okay. So we can give gifts. Can you accept a gift from Krishna? I can speak about 3 hours on this one thing. But anyway, some other. Can we offer food to Krishna?
Yes.
Do we offer food to Krishna? No. But yes, who offers food to Krishna every day? Do we accept food from Krishna? Of course. Do we reveal our mind to Krishna?
Yes.
Yes. Even if you don't actively do it, he can hear it, but the idea is revealing. Do we accept his input? Sometimes, if we like it, maybe. So with anyone to develop, especially a spiritual relationship, these 6. So these 6 allow us to develop a relationship with Krishna in such a way that we can think of it. Okay. Now for these 6 to happen, right, we need to do one thing. We need to agree to get out of the conveyor belt. That means there has to be a general lifestyle. So you ask Krishna, how can I always think of you? Then to think of actually the goal of life is to be in this state of consciousness. Now for this state of consciousness to come, there are certain do's and there are certain don'ts. You want to take a guess of what some of these do's are? So remember, This is the goal. Important thing is, okay. So, is any one of us there? No. You have doubt? What do you think might be some of the do's to be able to think of Krishna? Oh, thank you. What do you have to do to think about Krishna? Is that Krishna?
Always what?
Always remember it. If you have to get to a state of always, what do you have to start with? Sometimes. Thank you. If the goal is always, you begin with always. That means you're already at the goal. Sometimes. So sometimes think of it. Okay. When do people think of Krishna?
Go to the temple.
Means distress.
Very good. So we'll go a little Bhagavad Gita here. Krishna says, people think of me 4 types.
Only when they are in trouble.
Only when they are in trouble. When are people in trouble? Always. So do people think of him always? No. But when do people generally think? What is a catalyst or a impetus to think of Krishna? Distress. So for most of us, distress means what?
Exactly.
Before exam and before results. That is the distress. Most of the time there's no distress. What is another?
Inquisitive.
Loss.
Yeah, loss of someone or something.
That's distress, no? When loss, then distress.
When you achieve something.
You want something bad.
I mean, it's a very small person, but
Okay. I'll put it as appendix. Unhappy. Did I tell you the story of the Ganesha Bhakta? No? Alright, I have to say this. So any opportunity to say this, I take it. There was a follower of Lord Ganesha. For many years, he thought Ganesha was, his worshipable person. So one day he needed some money, and so he went to Ganesha, and he said, I've never asked you for anything, but I think I need a lot of money, so I'm going to buy this lottery ticket. And I hear that you are the one who removes obstacles from anyone's path. So remove any obstacle and let me win this $1 million lottery. If I win the $1 million lottery, I'll give you half. Okay. I'll say it for him too.
Yes, I want it.
So he said, I'll give you half. So he bought his ticket, all that. On the day of the results, checked his ticket against the numbers. And literally almost all the numbers matched except 1 or 2. And he won the second prize. He won $500,000. And he became so happy. And he ran to the Ganesha temple, did his coconut thing, and then went in front of Ganesha and said, "You're amazing. You heard my prayer. But not only are you amazing and kind, but you're also very intelligent. So you already took your share. Pay me mine." Thank you very much. So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that people remember him when someone is in distress or someone who needs the real honey, money, artha, when someone wants something from him. In other words, Krishna would, very few, but those who are inquisitive to know who's God, what is all this, like that. And the fourth is those who are not realized, they're searching for truth.
What's the difference between 3 and 4?
They don't know they're searching for something.
Ah.
They're actually searching.
Hmm.
These are the 4. Then there are also 4. These are 4 who come to him, 4 classes. There are also 4 who don't come to him. Who doesn't come to him?
Extreme happiness.
Raise your hand.
Extreme happiness.
That leads to the Bhagavad Gita.
So this is interesting. When I'm happy, I think of Krishna. When I'm extremely happy, I think of Nice. Very nice.
Who does not believe?
Those
Those
who
who don't believe.
go. No, go. Atheist? Who said atheist? Who dare say atheist? Who said?
Those who don't believe in
Same,
God.
atheist. Atheists. They are professed atheists. Who else?
Those who are overconfident.
Those are overconfident.
I can do everything. I don't need God.
Ah, very good. On what basis they say I can do everything?
They have everything in their life. They feel that they are having everything in their life. So they don't need
Fortunate.
God.
They think they are fortunate. That's what you said? Okay.
Happy go lucky.
Happy go lucky.
But distracted and ignorant.
Very good. Thank you. Distracted and ignorant. We'll use this. I like this word. Krishna uses a word for them in Bhagavad Gita. Muda. Last time we talked about Muda, no? Yeah, didn't we talk about the ass?
Yeah,
Heavy ass, carrot.
Okay.
That's Muda. Muda means distracted and ignorant. This is too far. How can you read? Who is the distracted and ignorant? What are they distracted by? Be confident. You're right.
Material food.
By the way, camera is not on you. It's on me. So just speak.
Material world.
They're distracted by material world. What about the material world that they're distracted by? What is it about material world that they're distracted by?
All the vices
There.
that one can think of.
Vices. Okay.
Pleasure.
What else? Let me ask. Why are all your friends not here? Because they are.
They're ignorant.
It was a male voice. Stop school. Join our brahmachari ashram. They're busy. Busy. Doesn't matter what they're busy with. They're just busy. They're so busy that they don't have time to come to Krishna, to think of Krishna. They're busy, very busy. Ask them, I don't have time. I have homework to do, exams to earn after this job, off-campus job. Gas station is so far away. Or today I have a date with my girlfriend. They won't say it like that. That's a problem, very busy. Can't come. Like something. I have to go to Devon for shopping. So distract. Krishna says these are called asurim bhava, atheists. They don't care for God. 2 more.
One who thinks they're the controller and the enjoyer.
Yeah.
Proud.
Huh?
Proud.
Proud. Yeah, there is. These are the ignorant, and these are the distracted. Distracted people means they know. These are people who don't know. These are who know, but still they don't show up. They know something. This is important in life, but too distracted. They're called naradhamas. Adhama Adhama means fallen condition. Naradhama means human beings who are fallen. Fallen means they know still they don't cross that threshold. I mean, there is more nicer ways of explaining this, but I will explain. And the others are who think that because they have material knowledge, that can take care of them. Material knowledge means those who think, someone said here,
I can do everything.
I can do everything. That is because I have the knowledge, and by scientific advancement, I can explain everything. I can explain what is all this sentimental stuff that God created everything. I can show you how from a big bang everything came. How by the force of gravitational pull everything is like this. This is the distance of thing, that is the distance of thing. This phenomenon explained by like this, that phenomenon. Actually pain doesn't exist. It is just that your brain cells, neurons fire a particular phenomenon that you think there is pain. Actually there is no pain. Yeah. So such person should take a hammer and hit this finger and tell him there is no pain. It's just your neurons are firing. Or that everything happens in this world by randomness. Everything happens by chance. Nothing is determined. So they have a scientific explanation for everything. And by that, what they basically say that this whole world, everything that is happening is just happening because of natural laws. There is nothing called God and all that. So you shouldn't worry about it. They are, the Sanskrit term Krishna uses is Maya ya aprahrita jnana. That is, their knowledge has been stolen by Maya because they think that everything can be explained as mathematical scientific laws. It's called mechanistic science. Everything that we are taught is all mechanistic science. There is something called non-mechanistic science. But for us, everything is mechanistic science. Mechanistic science means that there are certain laws, natural laws, and every law in the universe can be defined by certain mathematical formula. And the whole idea of reductionism, that I can explain everything into reduced or smaller sets of phenomena, and on the basis of certain assumptions I make, I can describe everything. So there is no idea of God and all this. So in the temple we've been discussing, since someone asked Stephen Dawkins, what is the purpose of human life? And his answer was, such a question deserves no answer. Because he says, what is the meaning of this question? Has no meaning. Because there are some words, they sound as if they have some sense. If you just put some random words together, the sentence doesn't have meaning. This question doesn't deserve an answer. It is like that. So Stephen Dawkins fits here. Richard Dawkins. Sorry, that's Stephen Hawkins and Richard Dawkins. So 4 categories are atheist, ignorant, distracted, and Dawkins. Nothing against him, but that's the point. So the idea is to think of Krishna. So what are some of the do's? For example, think of him sometime. Start somewhere, think sometime. Okay. What are some of the things we do to think of Krishna? Name. Okay. How else do we think of Krishna? Say something. See. Okay. Avadha?
Hear about Krishna?
Ask questions about him.
Mix with you.
Associate with those who think of him, right? with those who know him, like-minded persons.
Reading scriptures.
That's right. What else?
Be enthusiastic.
Krishna Prasadam.
Very good. Hey, look at the list right here. What else?
Accept a teacher.
Very good. Because without a teacher you don't know what to chant, you don't know what to hear, you don't know how to associate. Without this person, nothing can happen, or these persons. What else?
Make offerings.
Very good. Yeah. What we get is prasadam. What we offer is called bhoga. Bhoga means to enjoy. So it's for Krishna's enjoyment. Wow. What else? How do you do this?
Prayers.
Thank you.
Be grateful. Be grateful.
Be grateful. Very good. Very good. Without this, bhakti cannot carry on. Very, very important. Most important is this, and if without this will not happen. Anything else?
Be humble.
Okay, there's a whole list of qualities, but you got the idea? Do's. Some of the do's. This is not the actual list, but just develop it. I'm trying to make you guys think. Some of the things to not do. Not do means don't think of not do to achieve this goal. You understand? Okay?
Do against his instructions.
Okay, go against instruction. So first of all, here we should go for the instructions, no? Where will we get instructions from Krishna?
Scripture.
Scripture. Where else?
Guru.
Where else?
Sadhu.
Huh?
Sadhu.
Where to find a bearded person? Where to find sadhus?
Holy
So how many of us can go to holy place to get instruction of Krishna? What is the difference between guru and sadhu?
Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha.
Okay. Guru Sangha? Is not okay? Sangha means gathering or attachment.
Okay.
Any difference between the two?
The renunciant, sadhu is renunciant.
And gurus?
It's like with the family members.
Imparts knowledge. Whereas sadhu would really do it like if you all go to him, like asking for.
Guru will teach sadhu.
I like your hand gesture. Guru will teach sadhu.
Guru belongs to
The trick is here.
Same.
Is there a difference? Really?
Oh.
A sadhu can be guru. Oh, well, no. Can't
Yeah,
be,
but
sorry.
gurus are not.
No,
Neela Krishna?
Sadhu gives up everything. Everything in
Oh, guru takes everything from you.
I am confused.
Yeah.
When you say sadhu, do you mean a person or sadhu sangha? What is being talked about here?
No, it says sadhu.
So,
Same.
okay.
Guru is the direct teacher and sadhu is the examples of those who have applied scripture in their lives.
So it
And
doesn't apply.
so no, guru is sadhu, but sadhu isn't necessarily a direct guru.
That's what I wanted to say.
There is no difference
Guru
in
is
Guru
a
and
sadhu whom you accept as your teacher. He kind of gives you the final instructions, sets your life, he takes responsibility.
Is that what you meant to say?
Guru is more intimate one-on-one, so it's person knows. Whereas sadhu, well, guru is a sadhu by default, but sadhu is not. You're a sadhu, for example. Maharaj is a spiritual master.
I'm not sadhu. There's no difference. They're the same. This indicates the whole collection of personalities, and guru is that one or couple of persons who actually are involved in our life. For example, when you open Bhagavad Gita, there is mention of Arjuna. Is Arjuna a sadhu? Yes. There is mention of Narada Muni. There is mention of Vyasadeva. There is mention of Asita, Devara. There are so many personalities. Okay? The whole Guru Parampara is full of sadhus. We may not have a one-on-one relationship with every one of them. We can't. Guru is the representative of all the sadhus in our life, from whom we get very individual, personal direction and guidance. It's on the basis of what the lives of other sadhus are. So this is individual, this is the whole collection. But really not different. Whatever Guru teaches has to be from scripture. If a Guru says something that's outside of scripture, we can say bye to the Guru. The definition of Guru speaks from scripture. For example, is there an example anywhere where someone has rejected a Guru? You know of any story where someone rejected a Guru?
I think Ramanuja did that. Not very sure, but I have heard that Ramanujacharya had rejected a guru.
Do you know what condition?
No, I mean it was something that conflicted with his views. I'm not very sure. But
No, if it just conflicts with our views, we can't reject Guru. By the way, once you get a Guru, you will realize everything Guru says conflicts with our views. Because our views on the conveyor belt. Everything the Guru says on the transcendental belt. And these two never match. First thing we'll understand is the Guru sees everything different from us. And we see everything different from us. Like, what is this person saying? But you're right. There is a story there. Anyway. I'm just introducing the topic. So I'd like to get distracted a little bit. I'm the third category. Third category here. I'm Naraduna. Starts with an N, so I like it. Give me an example. When from scripture, I'll tell you the story. When is it okay to give up any of these? It is okay whenever it conflicts with this. So whenever someone was given up Guru, so in the life of Ramanujacharya, Guru is really not Guru, but still Guru. He was a teacher, and when Ramanuja was a young boy, he heard his teacher explain certain meanings from the Vedas. And one of the lines was that, like in Sanskrit it says tat, that means that person or that entity. And it describes that entity's eyes are red in a particular manner. There's a metaphor. So the teacher's understanding of the metaphor was, oh, that personality, which is Lord Vishnu or Narayana, his eyes are red like the behind of a monkey. You've seen monkeys in India? They have red color bottoms. So they have red color bottoms. So the Vedas, he said, they describe that his eyes are as red as the monkey's backside. And everybody said, oh, except Ramanujacharya. That night he was massaging his guru's feet. And the guru was nicely relaxing. And the guru sensed some water drops falling on his feet. So his sleep got disturbed, and when he awoke, he saw Ramanuja massaging his feet but crying. So I asked him, why are you crying? He said, I'm crying because the way you explained today was very hurtful. He said the Supreme Personality, Lord Narayana, how can his beautiful eyes be compared to a monkey's backside? He said the word in Sanskrit that also means monkey actually means the sun. And the friend of the sun means the lotus flower. And so the color is like the reddish hue of a lotus petal, not the monkey's backside. So he rejected those teachings. Now, we cannot say that I know more. Anyway, the worst thing for a disciple or a student is to think that they know more than the guru. Then always think of Krishna will not be there. We will find ourselves in one of the four categories here. Dockets. It's a very risky area. That is why this protects us always. Always, always, always. Whenever we have that little indication, I think I know more than this is what is to protect us. But here's a story from the Srimad Bhagavatam. You want to say something?
Oh, I was going to say Bali Maharaj.
Bali Maharaj, thank you. So the story of Bali Maharaj and Vamana Dev's story. You know how many know this Vamana story? How many have heard the word Vamana? Okay. So Vamana, for those of you who don't know, the Devatas, the demigods, and the Asuras, they had a little fight over territory. And so the Asuras were led by Bali Maharaj, and they had driven out Indra and all the Devatas out, and they had captured all the heavenly realm. So Indra went to Lord Vishnu, oh, this is not okay, can we get our kingdom back? And he knew that Bali Maharaj is on top of it. Of course, Bali Maharaj is considered one of the greatest devotees. But Indra wants the kingdom back. So Lord Vishnu, Krishna, decided that he will appear in a way that he can easily take the kingdom back without fighting a battle. So he appeared as Vamana, this dwarf Brahmana. Now it is said that to a Brahmana one should always give charity. And Kshatriyas mean that they should give charity. So when he appeared, there was a particular sacrifice ceremony happening, and Bali Maharaj's guru was Shukracharya. So when the Vedic sacrifice was happening, Vamana Dev approached in that place, and there's a beautiful description. It's this brilliant young dwarf-looking Brahmana, as if the sun had arisen. And Bali Maharaj immediately was attracted, and he said, wow, such a Brahmana has come. I want to give everything to him in charity, whatever he asks. So Shukracharya says, by the way, that is Vishnu. Don't give him. He is going to ask you for something, don't give it to him. That's when Bali Maharaj says, well, you should never not follow the indication of a guru, except when it contradicts this. So he said, I'm sorry, I cannot follow what you said. I will have to do this. And the story goes that Vamanadev asked him for 3 paces of land. And he was dwarf like, so how much land can he cover, right? So Bali Maharaj laughs at him and says, come on, I can give you more than that. Don't be so foolish. Ask for more. No, 3 paces of land, please. Alright, 3 paces of land. Suddenly he became this gigantic form. And with 1 foot, 1 pace, covered the entire lower planetary systems. That's about 2 million miles long. With another foot, covered the entire upper planetary system. Pretty much the universe was covered. So he asked Bali Maharaj, I still have another pace left, where would you like me to give? So Bali said, I have given everything that I have. Put your foot on my head, I accept that. So he's considered a very great personality to be able to do something like that. But that's the when. Okay. Any example of when someone rejected their father? Oh, very good. Prahlad Maharaj. What did Prahlad Maharaj's father tell him? He said, never think of Krishna. Although he was a 5-year-old boy, he said, I'm sorry, although I can never reject a father, but your instruction is against this, so I have to reject. I have nothing against you, I'm not angry at you, but I just can't follow. I can't follow what you say. So this is important. We are very attached here. This is a true thing. And it will come up in all of your lives. The father and mother have completely different plans for you, by the way. So you have to understand, not that you reject them, you don't reject any person, but that instruction can be rejected. When did someone reject their mother? You have an example? Think about it, I'll drink some water. Famous story. Famous story of 4 brothers.
Bharata.
Very good. Bharata rejected his mother, Kaikeyi, because she basically banished Lord Rama and took away all the kingdom for her son. So he rejected his mother.
Ramachandra.
Nobody rejects their wife. So this is just to confuse. There's a story in Ramanuja's life.
There is one example which I read, but I'm not sure if people will be aware. In the district succession, Jayatirtha comes. He had rejected his wife because he was, in the previous avatar, he was the bull which used to carry the books of his teacher. So in the next life, that awakening, I don't know how to explain it, but once he realized, he was made to realize that he actually knew all the knowledge, he wanted to take up sannyasa, but his father got him married. So the night of his wedding,
All his fathers.
yeah. Night of his wedding, he turned himself into a snake to scare away his wife. And then his father realized he is someone transcendental, so he took up sannyasa.
Similar in Ramanuja's life. Ramanujacharya, although he was a young boy or young man, he was very advanced in his spiritual understanding. And there was a special personality called Shailapurna. Shailapurna was from a lower caste, but he was considered his guru, Ramanuja's guru, because he's a very exalted personality. First of all, we shouldn't think that gurus cannot come from lower caste, and this is silly thinking. But Ramanuja's wife, she thought like that, not a Brahmana. Like that. So there are 3 things that said that are very auspicious from a devotee of Krishna. One is water that has washed their feet. That's why we call it Charanamrita. Tirtha is what we call it. Right? In a temple we take water in our hand, drink it. It's called Charanamrita. Charana means feet. Amrita means the water that has washed the feet of Vishnu. Even greater than that is considered the water that is washed the devotees' feet. That's why we wash the feet of great personalities and sprinkle on our head or drink it. It's like that. So it's called Charanamrita. So from a devotee, you get Charanamrita. Another thing you get from them is knowledge. Whatever instruction they give, that's considered very valuable. And the third thing is prasad. Whatever they've eaten, when you eat after that, it's called ucheshta. In Sanskrit, it's called ucheshta. That's called mahaprasad. Like when we offer food to Krishna, and once Krishna has eaten, then we eat. It's called prasad. Same. Once higher than that, more. This is called mahaprasadam, and this is called mahaprasad. Once the devotee eats it, and then you eat. I'll tell you multiple stories of Ramanujacharya and other stories. So every day Shailapurna would come to Ramanuja's house, and he would invite him home, clean the place, make him sit down, offer him a banana leaf and a Vishnu prasadam, and Shailapurna would eat. After Shailapurna would get up and leave, he would eat from Ramanuja would eat from that leaf because it's a devotee's mahaprasadam. So his wife would say like, what is all this? He's a lower caste person. How are you eating from that leaf? Like that. So he told her, this is not correct attitude. Because from a devotee, when you get this, all knowledge comes along with it. This is the mystical process of bhakti. So she never liked it. One day Ramanuja was not at home, so Shailapurna came. So she served him. She served Shailapurna. When Shailapurna went to wash his hand, she took the leaf and threw it away. And cleaned the house. So washed the whole house because low caste person came in. Then Ramanuja came back and he said, where's the Mahaprasad? She said, I threw it away. And I washed the whole house. The house was contaminated. Ramanuja decided, well, she's very offensive to the devotees. So he forged a letter as if her father wrote a letter to her saying, my dear daughter, I miss you so much. I would like to meet you. Please come home, spend some days with us. And he told her, your father has written a letter. She said, oh, daddy is missing. He said, yeah, go right now. He arranged for her to travel. As soon as she sat on the bullock cart and left this way, he left home and took sannyas so that she would never come back. We all men like this story, in case they fight with their wife. Not for us to practice. But if we have the renunciation like Ramanujacharya, sure we can. Most of us don't. But like that. Very rare cases, but the idea is whenever this is, because this is the goal of life. Suppose your goal, I hate to use this example, but I'll use it. Suppose your goal is to graduate from IIT. Okay? And I come and distract you from that whole idea at all. Don't study, don't work, don't save any money, let's just go to the bar. Understand? So if I'm distracting you from that goal, then I'm not the person to hang out with. Unfortunately, that should not be the goal of life. This should be the goal of life. And anything we do, although we wrote down a list of things, we're going to go add more. 2 categories of things is anything that helps this, we should do. And anything that doesn't help this, we should not do. Very simple. But Prabhupada said, Bhakti is very simple for the simple-minded and very difficult for the crooked-minded. If you overcomplicate things, Bhakti is very difficult. If you're just a simple-hearted person, this is the easiest thing to do. But thanks to all our previous conditioning, things get too complicated for us. It doesn't have to be complicated, very simple. Always think of Krishna. Anything that helps us think of Krishna, anything that doesn't help us think of Krishna. Someone might say, I played soccer because it helped me think of Krishna, then we kick him like a soccer. Joking. Always do those things is not on my own idea. It's on what is given by Krishna's instruction. Krishna tells us, right? If you want to think of me, this is how. So we follow. Remember, cultivating a relationship means revealing our mind and accepting their input. So if our revealing of our mind is, I can't think of you, Krishna. So Krishna speaks the Bhagavad Gita, how to think of me. And in that, Krishna is also saying, find, number one, find the guru and find the proper like-minded association, so that you can cultivate your mind to always think of me. That's the foundational basis. Next week we'll talk of actual things, because we're just making a list. This is to begin thinking. But we'll actually put down a list, 5 categories of things to do, or that help bhakti. Questions, comments?
Why did you put that in the appendix?
Oh, this is this is to joke. Generally, there are some very few think of God when they are happy. Because Krishna, I put it in the appendix because Krishna doesn't put it in his list. So I cannot put on the list, whatever Krishna has put. So it says, Artho. Actually, Artho means one who is distressed. Artharthi, one who wants some gain, material gain. Jnani, Jigyasu. He says these are the 4 kinds of person who actually come to me. And in this 4 he says Muda, Naradama, Maya Aparhata Jnana, Asurim Bhav, Namam Dushkritino. These are the people who don't have any merit. They don't come to me. So I put it in appendix. I didn't want to say no to you. But maybe that's very rare. Yes, some people say God's mercy. They don't mean it. Although it's nice to say, but they don't mean it. Because they don't even know who. When you ask them, God's mercy, who's God? You'll get a whole range of answers. That's it. If any one of us thinks of Krishna when we are happy, that's very nice. That's good. Actually, it is described that a devotee of Krishna, when some difficulty comes in their life, then they are supposed to think like this: actually, I deserve so much difficulty, but Krishna is so kind that difficulty is only this much. Actually, I deserve even much worse. By my karmic stockpile, so much should have happened. Only this much has happened. And when something good happens, then they're supposed to think that actually by my karmic I should only have got so much, but Krishna is so kind, he's giving me so much. That is this principle. If out of these Vedic vision discussions you don't learn anything else, that's okay. If there's one thing we can learn, we have this spirit, everything else will come. And this gratitude is not saying thank you. That's not gratitude. To say thank you is not gratitude. Real definition of gratitude means if someone has given you something so valuable, then expression of gratitude is to serve them. That is gratitude. We can always say thank you. We say thank you to complete strangers who open the door for us. Thank you, thanks. That doesn't mean anything. Gratitude means service. So any opportunity we get to do even a little service for Krishna out of gratitude, that is counted as very valuable. If someone does tons of service without any gratitude in the heart, for Krishna it doesn't matter much really.
How can I make my desires to reach that goal? How can I mold my desires to reach that goal?
Hearing. Because our idea of life, our desires, come from hearing from others. Hey, if you go to America, America is like this. Oh, I'd like to go. If you dress like this, oh, I'd like that. If you... Sneha is reading a book, Steve Harvey. Sorry, I don't mean to pick on him. But Steve Harvey's ideas. Oh, okay, so I will try. So our ideas of life come from hearing about it from someone else. There's a new movie, we should all go see it. Oh, like that. So what we hear molds our desires. So when we hear about Krishna, molds our desires.
But if there is nobody to give us correct.
Then
to
you
make a
should
disciple.
spend your life in finding that person. Do whatever it takes, find that person who can help you hear properly. You understand? That is the real search. Anything else, whether you get or not in life, has no main value. But if you find the person who can help you hear about Krishna, life has come to the perfect stage already. From then on, everything is bonus. You understand? That's why. This hearing is the most, everything in our life begins with hearing.
But when we are child, our parents might have told us, go and
Yeah,
study
so-
like that.
Go ahead, I'm listening. Say it.
Means, if we are child, we don't know. Means we believe our parents.
Right.
So our desires will be
That
more.
doesn't mean when we grow up, we don't believe our parents. Kalyan
No.
is just need to safely say it.
So, our desires will be molded according to their instructions.
Correct.
So when we grow up, immediately we can't change our desires.
Correct.
So how can we cultivate that mentality to hear the right thing,
Correct.
which is good for our human life.
Correct. So when you are hearing the right messages, you are also unhearing the old messages. You understand? Unhearing means giving up. Well, how do we know what is the right goal of life? If you ask a random person what's the goal of life, they will have something and you can't just pick up what their goal of life is. Our parents may have a different idea of this is the goal of life. Make money, find a job, get a wife or a husband, have some children, save some money, teach your children nice values. That's not goal of life. When you ask someone else, someone who lost all their money, what is the goal of life? I have to win in a gambling match at Vegas or something. One who is a movie star, what is the goal of life? Oh, I want to get Lifetime Achievement Award, I want to win the Oscars.
It means Krishna's mercy, no?
Yeah, but that's not the goal of life. If you win the Oscar and you say this is Krishna's mercy, that's not the goal of life. The goal of life is to be able to conduct our life in such a way that we can think of Krishna all the time. All of our life and activities are meant as service to Krishna. So for that, hearing about the lives of great personalities who had situations like ours. So that's called, so you have to hear, how does Krishna come in the lives of people? How does he protect? How does he take care? Gajendra's story, Prahlad Maharaj's story, Dhruva's story, Bali Maharaj's story, like that.
Asking, from childhood onwards, we have to cultivate that feeling, means.
Ideally, yes, but perhaps except with your exception, everyone else doesn't have that. I didn't get that. I don't think most of us have got it here. So you have to begin somewhere. And as you hear, all those things that we have accumulated, they're called conceptions. They're stored in our consciousness. Oh. So this new message of Krishna comes right in clash, I would like to say, with the old idea. Then it is up to us. Can I give up that old idea and hold on to a new idea? What gives us that strength to hold on to a new idea depends on our strength of relationship with the person who's giving us that idea. We hold on to the idea that our parents gave because we have a relationship with them. Now if you have a relationship with the devotee who's teaching us, then we'll take on. If you don't know who the person who you're learning from, then this doesn't have value. That's why this is important. Does that answer your question? Little bit. Anything else? Bhavna, something? Okay. So we'll pause. We'll give it some time to digest. We'll have prasadam, and then we'll talk.